Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So today guys, we are back on the Volkswagen Scirocco. The top end, we had broken lifters and broken rockers. It's just a mess. So I've actually gone out and got brand new camshafts for this one. I'll show you that in a second. But before I do, guys, I just want to quickly say there is actually a storm coming, a real life storm, weather one. So just, everyone just be safe, be careful, battle down the hatches just in case. It might be just a bit of rain, but the forecast is there is a storm coming towards the UK. So yeah, hopefully everyone stays safe, and put everything away that's in the garden basically, because it could be, it could be quite bad, but you never know. Remember the storm in 79 or 78, was it? That was quite bad, and they didn't tell us, did it? They basically just said it was it's just a bit of rain, but it was a big storm. So anyway, that's that. Just thought I'd quickly mention the storm because it is on its way. So if it does get loud and windy in here, I do apologise, but let's get outside before the storm hits. Hopefully we can get this today sort of wrapped up as close as we can, because I can't do anything outside tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be rain. Well, it's supposed to rain for the next 3 or 4 days, constant. So I need to get the Volkswagen Scirocco sorted today. So let me show you the cams first, and then we'll get out there. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, let me just show you these cams before we get outside. So, as you can see, these are the old ones, and these ones are the new ones. You can see that. Now, I had a lot of comments and a lot of people telling me those lobes, they've moved, they're twisted, they're not lined up, nothing like that at all. So, I did take the old ones to the shop where I got these cams from to compare, to see exactly what they look like. So let me show you what I found. Let me just do it from here. I don't know if you can see that. So can you see the lobes are just very slightly off center. They're not the same there and there. Can you see that? And they're the same here. So they're not the same, they're off center. One's very slightly different to the other. This is brand new, and it's doing exactly the same thing as this one. Same with this cam as well. You can see it just here. Just trying to get you close. These are not lined up, but neither are these. Look, this one, this first one is very slightly that way, and that one's back. Same with this. See it? That is that way. This is back. So the actual lobes, they're not in line anyway. It's really hard to show you on camera, but they're just slightly offset. So I was really sort of, I did take some time when I was at the shop comparing them side by side, and they are exactly the same all the way down. On each cam they're the same compared to the new ones, but I don't know if the gear at the end here has spun, so it's best just to replace them. I think these 2 cams all in £180. So it's a bit of a chunk of money, but it's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I thought we was talking like 250 each, 300 each, something like that. So yeah, not that bad. So I've got them anyway, because it just rules out any issue with those cams, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to set them all up. We're going to put these actual rockers back in place. These are the new ones. This is an original one that I took with me to match, to make sure they're the right ones, because he did have 2 types of rockers he did have two types of rockers, and the first one he gave me was completely wrong. So always take parts with you so you can compare. So that's what I did. Yeah, it was out. So yes, interesting. But I did try those hydraulic lifters, and basically what you've got to do is you've got to push them, and if you've got a little bit of movement there, see that little bit of movement there? That means they're perfect. If they're sort of going up and down, in and out really easy, really quickly, it means they're no good. But having that little tiny movement, when you put a bit of pressure on it, is exactly where they should be. So let's get outside. I'll set you up outside on the tripod. Let's just start cleaning the top piece, cleaning up all the things, get out all these rockers, check them all over, clean them all up, put them all back, clean them all up. And then we're going to start sitting these actual cams back in place and trying to get this engine, if we can, running today, which would be absolutely blinding if we can. So let's get out there. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, as you can hear, the wind is picking up. It's starting to pick up more and more over the next few hours. So, yeah, sorry about the wind at the minute, but I'm outside. So, let me just explain what I have been doing. So in here, this side, the actual, the lifters, these little lifter things, well, all smashed. So they was all taken out. So they're all out, okay? This side are all okay. And I've put them in a box in here. So I know which order they go in. But I've checked them and they're all good. There's no fractures, there's no cracks, there's no breaks. They're all good. The reason why I took them off is because, for one, to check them. Two, what I found out is how you line up the timing on these, is that you put the cams in place without the lifters, the rockers in place. You put the two cams in. Then you get the timing on both sides. So you get the time on this side, and then you get the timing on that side. Sorry guys, someone's coming to the door. Yeah, sorry about that guys. Someone come to have a chat. So what I was saying, yeah, is just to get these two cams lined up and timed. This one, you just put a plate at the back there. You can see that it's nice and tight, snug against the two, so it's flat. So I know that that's where it should be. And then this one has got to go that side and pinned. There's like a locating pin on the top of this, so it can only go, this can only go on one way. So it goes in, locates, and then you've got a timing pin here. So I think that is absolutely timed and done now. So then what you do is you get this cover like this, you stick it on top, somehow like that. Is it that way or that way? I can't remember now. Is it that way? I think it's that way, isn't it? Like that. And then you put a bar across there and there, get some cable ties, tie it against this, and then that thing just lifts right off with the whole thing intact. So that is what we're going to do next. But I want to check to make sure first that that is lined and timed up correctly. So yeah, bear with me, and then I'll come back to you once we know that this is lined up perfect. So yeah, interesting. And then once it is, I'll just lift off the whole thing and then put all these rockers and that back in place, set it all in place, and then put it back on, then do it up, and then put it all back together. So yeah, let's continue. Let's see if it's okay. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, let me show you what I've done here. So basically the cams were both timed in position. Then I put this cover over, which is like a cam cover, metal casing. I don't know what it's called. And then I've put these two drill bits either side with cable ties up underneath the cams, each side, like this, so that the gears are in, they're locked, they're not moving. And I think it's timed with this end and that end in the right position, so that when I put these two drill bits on this with cable ties, the whole thing will just lift out now. And I put the, I don't know if I'll be able to lift it off now, but I've put the new rockers in place. Let me take this off, and then I'll show you the new rockers and everything's set inside, and then we'll put this back on. So bear with me, I'll see you in a second. So yeah, there we go guys. I just want to show you the rockers in place all the way along now. So all those rockers and those arms were out, just while I put the cams in place, set the time on both sides, then put that carrier thing on top, then put the drill bits and then connect them up, and then took it off, then put these back in place, and then you can put the whole thing now just lifts straight out over and on top, in place, get it lined up, do the bolts up, and then that should be the cams back together. But I just want to get a second opinion. Right, okay, so guys, I just had a second opinion from someone, and he agrees. It is timed and it is correct. So let's see how this goes. But what I want to do first is I want to put a little bit of oil just on these little bits here, drop a little bit of oil there, and it just helps when they're spinning. like that. That's it. So yeah, just a little bit, just helps really. So yeah, let's set you up. Let's put this cover on, and then obviously we don't have to rebuild the whole thing to get it to run. So I'll do the bare minimum to get it back together, and then we'll have a go at turning that key, see if she'll start. So I'll set you up. Let's go for it, guys. Let's do it. Right, okay guys, so there we go. It is all timed, belts tensioned, everything's lined up, top end is done, bottom end is done. So really, all we've got to do now is put the cam cover on, injectors, glow plugs, what else? The fuel pipes have got to go on as well to here. So I'll connect all these up, just push it all together, connect it all up, put the battery in. I've had the battery charging overnight, so that should be good charged. All these other plugs and bits and pieces, that's not going to stop us from cranking and starting. So, you know, the main thing is to try and crank it, to try and start it. So let's see if we can get it done today, and get it. If it starts to crank and run, we know that it can all be boxed up and put back together. But let's just see how far we get. So I'll set you back up. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, so I've put all the fuel system back together, got a jump pack and a new battery on in place. So we're going to crank it and see if she'll start. Let's have a go. Oh God. Okay, here we go. started. It don't sound good though. That does not sound good to me. I'm gonna stop it there, guys, but it's running. That sounds really, really tappy to me. Oh God, the saga continues. But it's running really rough. It sounds like really rough. But yeah, it is running. Coolant's going everywhere. Shit. I see, I should put that back on there, shouldn't I? See what happens when just everything's bloody not connected properly. That should help. Yeah, well, it's running, guys. But yeah, it's not sounding great, I've got to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get someone to have a look at this. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Let me just go and get someone to have a look at it, guys. But at least it's running. I got it running, you know. It's better than what it was when I picked it up, but we need to get it ticking over nice. So yeah. What a day. I'm going to leave it there, guys. That is going to be the end of today's video. We've left it. I'm going to leave it there because I just don't know what to do now. I need to get some advice from someone else. And we will go from there. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what happens. I'll definitely let you know what is going to happen with this one. But at least it runs. So, yeah. What a day. Right, okay, guys, that is it. That's the end of today's video and the end of this episode on this so far. But we're going to come back to it. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this sorted. Don't you worry about that, guys. Right, okay. Thanks for watching. See you soon.